Alright, let's get it. We're back in round 2. That's all I got. Let's see. Oh shit. Okay, yeah, we're back at round 2. Oh wow. Okay, everyone's here. Shannon. This is all the same. We're focused on Shannon and George at the beginning. That's all I got. I felt deep remorse for my brief moment of conceit. I had forgotten. Yeah. I am furniture. Furniture isn't human. So I am a being who must feel gratitude for even being treated like a human. And I'm not permitted to wish for anything more. Even if people develop affection for furniture that they're used to using. That is an emotion on the human side, and the furniture has no right to hope for that. Oh Lord Jesus Christ. They should just serve with simple honesty every day. But that feeling, I'm like, this is giving low self-esteem, and I just, oof. But that feeling I felt when talking with George-sama and Jessica-sama is a forbidden drug for me. In other words, it may have been an emotion I must not know.
Shannon?
Damn.
先ほどからぼんやりが過ぎます。
Damn, Shannon. Oh my gosh. Oops.
体調でも悪いのですか？
いえ、失礼いたしました。
Natsu's words, too distracted, were right on the mark. Even Shannon couldn't believe that she hadn't noticed Natsuhi until she had been called. This was supposed to be the time when she had to concentrate on the cleaning. But she had just kept sighing and hadn't accomplished anything.
たとえお客様がおられなくても、常に気を張っていなくてはなりません。
Oh my god.
そんな様では、後ろ宮家に仕える使用人として情けありませんよ。
This honestly is motivation enough. Wow.
以後注意します。
もうじき当主様と主人がお帰りになられます。書斎の清掃は済んでいますか？階段の清掃は済んでいますか？
Like no one is even here? And you're riding down my neck about cleaning? Bitch, you clean. What? I can't.
申し訳ございません。
Wow, that is crazy.
まだです。
Like, let's both clean. Let's speed it up since it matters so much.
知っています。
Like, I get paid to clean this shit. And you get paid to what? Watch me clean it? Like, come on.
ですから、ルノンにやらせておきました。
Runon.
あなたがもたもたと廊下を清掃している時間で、彼女は書斎と階段の清掃を済ませてしまいましたよ。
Who the fuck is Runon?
それは丁寧にお掃除をしていたから時間がかかってしまって。
There are several. Okay. Okay. Right, because that's not the real names. Okay. Shannon was simple and honest, so she would always carry out her tasks seriously and properly without any emotions. So she was always slow with her work. In contrast, Runon skillfully cut corners wherever they should be cut. Damn. So she could complete her jobs with a result that looked similar to an outsider, but in a much shorter time. Oh. In other words, she was shrewd. Compared to her, we would say that Shannon, who had just talked back to Nazi when she was already in a bad mood, was not shrewd in the slightest. How do I not? You know, shrewd is one of those words that, like, I've seen so often, and I've just never thought about whether this is a good thing or a bad thing. Because it sounds like it's a bad thing, right? Shrewd means having or showing a clever awareness or resourcefulness. So shrewd is a good thing. Shrewd could also be piercingly cold. See, because a shrew sucks, right? Yeah, it's not my fault, bro. I mean, I guess shrewd is like a bad thing. See, look, Google, is shrewd positive or negative? Okay, negative. So it's like astute, but like in a bad way. Smart or clever in a practical way. What is wrong with that? Perspicacious? That's not even a word. What the y'all made that up. What the hell? Perspicacious. Oh my god. Perspicacious. I swear to god, if someone said perspicacious to me. Okay, of course there's nothing that Natsu can stand more than a servant talking back. Her perspicacious forehead creased, and she spoke perspicaciously. Sternly. Okay, whatever. And yet, her speech was slow and admonishing, which was terrifying beyond measure, and finally made Shannon realize she had said the wrong thing.
ならば、存分に丁寧な清掃を心がけなさい。シャノン、あなたにこのまま大広間の清掃も命じます。当主様の大切な絵画が多数飾られ、後ろ宮家への賓客をお招きすることもある大切な広間です。
And honestly, if Shannon knew, Shannon probably does know how stupid these adults really are. Like, why am I doing all this? Bro.
誇り一つ残さないよう、あなたが納得するまで丁寧に清掃なさい。
You know, the fact that some people can find honor in servitude is really like amazing, but this is too much.
もちろん今日中にです。
She probably doesn't find honor in it, honestly, because she's so like abused by them.
それを終えて私に報告するまで食事も休憩も許しません。
Someone like Genji probably does so. Until you finish reporting to me, you will not be permitted any food or rest.
わかりましたね。
God, see, lady, where is the labor union?
はい。奥さん。
結構。使用人はその言葉だけを口にするように。
Honestly, honor and servitude, like, that's something that somebody else made up.
次の口答えにはより厳しい罰を与えますから、そのつもりで。
Okay.
よく胸に刻んでおきなさい。
What in the... See...
はい。
But she's just a serious person like that, honestly.
ご指導ありがとうございます。
Natsu is kind of complex.
どういたしまして。
Because I cannot stand her, but oh my god. Like, I just need her to relax at the same time. Natsuki headed off down the corridor, making a gesture as if her headache was troubling her. Once Shannon couldn't see her anymore, she hung her head and sighed. This happened because I let my thoughts take me. See, like, I fucking hate Natsuki for, like, being an asshole, but at the same time, like, people are an asshole to her. That doesn't mean she should take it out on other people, but, like, god dang. Because now you got this hoe, like, internalizing everything. Oh my god. I might be bad at everything I do, but I should at least be able to carry out the cleaning as well as an average person can. Person can, right? That's why, like, this, we gotta stop the line somewhere. I can't even do that properly. It's so... But, see, like, what is this? And there's something even more pathetic. Not only was I unable to perform a single bit of cleaning well, but just now, when Natsuki was scolding me, I was envisioning him appearing and rescuing me. And she's disappointed at herself for that. Yeah. If only George had been here, perhaps he would have casually stepped in and saved me. I'm sure he would show up cheerfully, intentionally acting like he doesn't know what's going on, nimbly change the subject, and make me forget I was ever reprimanded by Natsuki. I kept envisioning him, suddenly appearing from the other side of the door, the other end of the hallway. I envisioned the kind of person that would make an appropriate partner for him in a marriage meeting. Damn, I forgot about that. And I envisioned how unfitting I am for him. Eva had told me that clearly. I've repeated endlessly through my dreams. You poor girl.
姉さんは相変わらず不器用だね。奥様は今朝から虫の居所が悪い。
Canon.
黙ってうなずいていればいいものを余計なことを言うから。
カノン君。
I mean, I see why they're like siblings. Cannon was suddenly there. Whoops. His footsteps were always quieter than a cat's, and he left no trace of his presence. Wow. It's just like awful childhood is what it gives. She probably wouldn't have noticed him no matter how long he stood there. The expression on Cannon's face was hatred. That expression he was making, he surely made for Shannon, who didn't know how to do so herself.
奥様も、そしてルノンも地獄へ落ちろ。あいつは奥様がどこをチェックするか知ってて、そこしか掃除しない。さっきの掃除。
Honestly, why don't y'all do that? Like.
見ていたから知ってる。
Why are you watching? Like.
本当の意味での掃除なんかしてないんだよ。
And what were you doing? Like.
丁寧に掃除する姉さんに寄生してるだけの最低なやつだ。
Did you watch her clean the whole room?
そんな汚い言葉を使ってはダメよ。
Because what was you doing?
カノン君の綺麗な魂まで怪我してしまう。だからせめて私の前ではそんな言葉遣いをしないでね。
Cannon faced away, acting sulky. It was a dishonest reaction, very like Cannon-kun. But I was a little happy. He got angry in my place.
大広間の掃除は大変だよ。僕も手伝う。
ありがとう。でも奥様に命じられたのは私だから大丈夫。カノン君にも自分のお仕事があるんでしょ。
汚らわしい仕事だよ。僕の魂なんてとっくに汚れてる。
Cannon then hung his head and bit his lower lip.
手伝ってくれるという言葉だけで私は十分。
This is so edgy.
カノン君も自分の仕事に戻らないとあなたまで罰を受けることになっちゃう。
Sorry.
そしたら私は悲しい。
Shannon knew Cannon's character well. Sometimes he didn't reflect on himself. If I don't refuse forcefully, he will help me even if it means neglecting his own job. Cannon was a little sad that his favor had been rejected. But he realized that in the end, going too far would also cause her pain, and he gave a single small sigh.
わかったよ。姉さんも頑張って。
それに私にも責任はあるから。
姉さんには責任なんて何もないよ。
あるの。だからもう言って。
Whoopsie. Cannon-kun's face showed that he still hadn't completely accepted it, but he stopped being persistent and disappeared. Even though Cannon-kun hadn't given me words of comfort when I was down, even so I was still dejected because it hadn't been him. That was simply a sin. Far beyond AJ likes me. Wait, hang on. Shannon, who had neglected breakfast, was already starting to feel her thoughts attenuate. But if she didn't finish cleaning the reception hall, she couldn't receive Nalte's permission to eat. right. That cruel Natsuhi had surely told the kitchen of that. Damn. I have to respectfully receive Madam's punishment. That's right. My position in the world is furniture, and I have been intoxicated by a dream that is beyond me. Damn, she's like, how dare I let myself think that I can be happy? God dang. Okay, I finished cleaning the hallway and went to the reception hall. Maybe hunger makes the nose more sensitive. The kitchen was far away, but somehow I could smell the delicious aroma wafting from there, stimulating my empty stomach all the more. Until I finished up here, I could not get any soup. I just had to prepare myself. Several portraits were hung in the reception hall. One of those portraits was thought amongst the servants to hold a special meaning. It was the portrait of the witch. The servants play into this witch shit. That wasn't its true name, but everyone in the mansion called it that. The name of the woman with elegant blonde hair drawn as the subject of that portrait was Beatrice. It was whispered that she might be the former mistress of the family head, Kinzo, and also that she was the great witch who had given Kinzo his legendary gold. Same setup. The witch Beatrice, master of the night on Rakanjima. She was gracious to those who respected her, but she would always curse those who made light of her. It was in Shannon's character not to neglect rules and beliefs such as those. So she thought of the portrait of her other master as that person herself, and always treated it carefully, treasuring it. Interesting. And it had become part of her daily routine to talk inside her own head to the witch who only existed inside the portrait. Okay. I think that means exactly what it's saying. She was furniture. And this is our motivation. Furniture doesn't complain. Cannot complain. She revived. It's a revival ceremony. There's so many like individual mysteries in this shit. We're just gonna have to go one at a time. But that's where we're starting. Okay. So she had no right to speak her mind about her difficult days. No right to open her mouth and say those words. So she at least spoke her mind inside her heart. Those words she couldn't say aloud, she spoke inside her heart and protested the formless witch. Of course, the witch didn't answer. She never consoled and she never laughed it off. Shannon could only interpret that silence as she liked, as though the witch was at least listening attentively. They're spitting. It's like Berncastle said. Just because something about a person can have like multiple. The witch is her. In this game at least. I don't really know. We'll figure it out. I hope it's not time travel. As Shannon wiped the dust from the witch's portrait, she spoke inside her heart. If it is, I'm gonna stop this shit immediately. Oh, right. This bitch is hell to her. That was motivation also. Like, we're figuring out the why, I guess, right now. I'm pretty sure I already got the who. Kind of.
でもだったらどうして恋を知ることのできる心など
Honestly, I get it.
しょうか
She's like, it does not compute. Shannon paused there and held back her tears for a time. The sound of the rain, which had started falling, along with the chill air in the reception hall, made her feel as though her shabbiness had increased another level. Damn. If this is 8 episodes, like, I'm glad that we're getting one mystery out of the way, but there's still like 70 billion more.
本当の家具なら心なんかない。だから人を愛したりしなくて済むじゃないですか。だから苦しまない。私も同じ家具なのに、こんな苦しくて辛い思いをするなら、こんな心なんて。
なるほど。
Okay, shit.
家具に心を与えたか。あれも時には愉快なことをする。
Oh my god. I get it. Like, it's her inner bad bitch. Like, it's her villain era. It's like her Taylor Swift cat eye sharp enough to kill a man. All that. I got it. 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 A scorned woman. And then she eventually just turns that into a murder plot. Cool. The witch who never answered or laughed, answered and left. My imagination? Hearing things? No. After all, the next words became a bad bitch, and I could hear them, not with my heart, but with my ears.
人間は世界を構成する元素について紀元前の昔から探求を続けてきた。古代ギリシャ人たちは風、火、水、土の4つで世界の説明を試みたという。
It's like the parallels to like that lonely child, Maria. She just imaginary friends. We all need friends. I get it.
その後も数千年かけて人間たちはその4つに様々な元素を加え。
The occult, listen, who hasn't been a teenage girl? Or like a girl, whatever. Just girl things, murder, plots, you know, no big deal.
5代、6代、7代、8代、12代と様々な解釈で世界を説明しようとしたが、唯一の真実である一なる元素を説明することはできなかった。しかし星の導きによって現れた一人の男がついにこの世界を構成する一なる元素を説明した。何かわかるか？
Shannon fearfully turned around. Now we're getting into like the magic shit. Right there, she existed. See, that's the thing. People be lying, okay? And all magic is lies. That's what it's giving. Not as an illusion, in reality, okay. The contrast made by the lighting made it clear that this was not just a daydream. Period. Period. The witch of the portrait elegantly held a golden pipe to her mouth and giggled. She she laughed at the ignorance which caused mankind's thoughts to stray far from the most simple answer. Period. She's a believer.
なんとも単純明快にして豪快爽快愉快痛快
She said, my God is the awesome God.
やがてその男の生まれた年は西暦紀元と呼ばれるようになったがな
Hallelujah. Sorry. Shannon lost any words to speak. She thought that when first meeting an unknown guest, her first words should ask that person's name. But without saying anything, Shannon knew this person's name, so she refrained. Woo! No, surely as the person of this island, asking this bitch for her name would be the greatest disrespect. Because she was queen mother of this island, besides Kenzo. Period. 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 Okay. Because she basically wasn't in game 1, LMAO. People just kept being like, who's that knocking at your window? You know?
1000年を経ても人がわらわを見て最初に浮かべる表情は変わらんな。
The witch laughed at Shannon. Pretty much. Shannon realized that she had met with a being that mustn't be met with, and she took a step backwards. That's where the wall in the portrait were, so even as she gazed at the witch, she supported the witch's portrait on her back.
お前の悩み、愛ゆえ。それはすなわち世界の一なる元素。つまりこの世のすべてだ。
Damn. Okay, so on one hand, okay. On one hand, let's take it like for what it is, right? On the first level. Like, she's kind of eating her up, right? But if you look at it for what it really is, which is this girl just like having a moment in her head. I'm so sorry. This is so funny and sad at the same time.
それが満たされぬということは世界が満たされぬに同じこと。それは
Isn't that life though? Funny and sad at the same time.
くめどもくめども満たされぬ永遠の心の砂漠。人間の基礎にして全てにして現在。わかるか？知識の実を口にしたアダムとイブが知ったのは愛だったのだ。
Oh my god.
それを知った。
She's like, you lame ass. No bitches, no maidens. No maidens, Shannon.
すなわちそれは愛を知り苦しむからこそ人。
Which is again sad, because it's like she's like, you furniture ass lame bitch. Like on one hand she's beating her down, but on the other hand it's like this is her telling that to herself. Oh my god, that's so sad. She's like, you can't even like fall in love, you dumb bitch. Oh, that's so sad. You can't mother yourself, you know, because then it's like you don't want to. Come on.
そなたは誇っていい。それを知った今、
And also, what message are you sending yourself, Shannon? Like, that's the thing when you have self-esteem issues. Oh, you poor girl. Now you're worthy because you're in love. But also, like, in this shitty family, like, this is complicated. Where is the PTO? Like, where is the mental health day? And she can't eat? Like, what in the hell? No wonder she's... Listen. Motivation enough, that's all I'm gonna say. They got this whole hallucinating. Without expecting a reply from Shannon, Beatrice left pleasantly for a while. What does this mean in the context of this in real life, right? The meaning of those words surprised Shannon even more than the witch's sudden appearance. Like the power to commit a murder plot? Curious. Her and George? What is she gonna do? she gonna kill Ava? Is this how it starts? This is her being like, you want to be a bad bitch? I can help you? Like, what does this mean, bitch? Because this is pre, like, conference, right? So it's like pre-round 2. Normally, Shannon would have been shocked by this guest who lacked realism and wouldn't have been able to speak. However, as though she had already been caught in the witch's trap, Shannon responded to the witch. And like, what does that mean? You do mean it, don't you? She's the manifestation of the culprit, right? So, Shannon talking to herself obviously means that, like, Shannon is it, round 2. You already got that. Bring them together. Pre-conference? Is she just trying to work this into her plan? Is that what she's saying? Because that's dark. Okay, we're gonna keep an eye on Shannon and George this round. Is she going to bribe George? Is that what she means? Is George gonna be an accomplice? The way the servants were an accomplice first round? We might be getting ahead of ourselves. Those words almost escaped Shannon's lips, but she held herself back with her final reserves of reason. A witch is a witch, a sinister being. The witch Beatrice is clearly trying to slip in through the cracks in my heart and take me prisoner. That sort of temptation, which so many fairy tale picture books had warned me about when I was young, was right in front of me now.
Wara wa tashikani Sonata ga imi kirau majozou kara hanare wa senu. Daga Wara wa uyamau mono ni wa koui o kaesu. Sore wa ningen mo onaji de arou? Sono you ni migamaerarete koui o kaeseru ningen mo.
Oh, sorry.
失礼しました。そんなつもりは。
Shannon finally realized that her hostility was rude to this guest, and she finally digested the words that had been spoken to her a short while ago. You are no longer furniture. Now you are human. She better turn up, is what this is giving. The more she reflected upon those words, the more Shannon felt as though Beatrice could understand all of her suffering. Oh my gosh, she's finna turn up. No.
お前がその心を虜にする男と結ばれるように取り計らってもいいと言う。
You hear the ominous thunder as she says that line? Like, what does this mean is my question.
わらわの肖像画を日々丹念に磨いてくれたことへの礼とでも思うがよい。
This bitch is plotting! Oh my god! In real time. This is frightening.
安心せよ。対価は求めぬ。わらわは気前がよい。だがな、対価は求めぬが頼みがある。
What could this request be? The other Shannon inside her heart sent her a warning. This is what she had been so often warned of in all those scary picture books she read when she was little.
この島のすぐ近くの海に岩が覗き、そこに小さな鳥居と祠が設けてあるのを知っているか？
The culprit is telling herself. Shannon immediately remembered it. When you reached Wakanjima by boat, there was a torii and a shrine on a reef which was too small to even be called an islet. She had the feeling that Kumasawa had told her its history, but she couldn't remember that very well. A traveling mountaineering ascetic, or someone had built it, or prayed at it, or something.
知っていますが、
She wants her to mess up the shrine?
魔に通じぬものに一から説明はせぬ。早い話がだな。あれには参っておるのだ。実はな、あの祠の中にある鏡が収められている。それをそなたに割ってほしいというのだ。
That was a very suspicious request. Shannon didn't know its history, but anything that might be stored inside a shrine would have to be something sacred. And she wants me to break it? Why would someone as powerful as... It's a part of her plot. There was no need for Shannon to speak her thoughts aloud. Beatrice started talking about this reasonable question before Shannon could give her answer. Shannon has to break it because Shannon can, like, act out the things, right? But Beatrice... No, because they blame the murders on Beatrice. Well, but Beatrice is the one that can do the magic shit, right? So they can't explain it. But then...
あの鏡の魔力はわらわの魔力と相対する。人の言葉でうまく説明できぬな。
I think this must be just to follow the rules
例えれば
of the magic,
食器
like,
の違いとでも言おうか。
universe. The magic cinematic universe. By way of
あの鏡はフォークで、わらわの力はスープなのだ。フォークでスープは飲めまい？あの鏡の押し付けさえなければ、わらわはスープを飲むのにぴったりのスプーンが用意できるというわけだ。それさえあれば、スープも飲めるし、岩ろうだって掘り抜けるぞ。
period. What another line?
目玉だってえぐり貫ける。
Who said that? Did she say that to Battlelord? Is she like the same Beatrice that's talking to Battler? Because that's funny.
私の無教養のせいだとしたら謝ります。
こういうことだ。あの忌々しい鏡をわらわのために割る手間をかけてくれたなら、その褒美としてそなたの願いを叶えてやるということだ。今日のわらわは本当に機嫌がいい。そなたが望むなら願い事を変えて金蔵に授けた黄金を丸ごとくれてやることにしてもよいぞ。
お断りします。
Is breaking the mirror like the start, like the all gas no brakes moment? When she heard Shannon's words, Beatrice realized for the first time that her expectations had been betrayed.
理由があれば聞かせよ。誤解があるなら解こうぞ。
理由なんてよくわかりません。でも今日までこの島は平和で何も起こりませんでした。なら鏡を割らなくても今日までと同じ平和が
It has to be the all gas no brakes moment.
なるほどなるほど。それはもっともだな。そなたの言う通りだ。あれを割らぬなら割れぬ今日までと同じ日々が明日も明後日も続こうぞ。
You can't tell someone suffering that.
わらわが絶対の保証をしようではないか。ベアトリーチェの名にかけて言う。割れぬ今日までと同じ日々が明日も明後日も続こうぞ。
Yeah.
それは永久に永遠に。
She's like telling herself like, this is it, girl, for you. Shannon was seized by an eerie illusion. The mirror was most likely something to restrain the witch. So breaking the mirror should have been something done for the witch's sake. And yet, it felt as though Shannon had to do it for her own sake. It felt like some premise had been switched.
わらわはあくまでも褒美としてそなたに思いを成就する機会を与えたに過ぎぬ。割ろうが割るまいがそなたの自由。
That's why Shannon has to be the one to break it. Because it's go time, basically.
割ればわらわはそなたの願いを叶える。
It's like the lock on her hearts.
割らねば今日までの明日が永遠に続く。そなたの願いは永遠に叶うことはない。わかるか？何を言っているか。
Damn. What, like, how much has she planned? The witch was telling her, she was pressing her, saying to break the mirror if she wanted to be joined with George. And she was declaring that if she didn't break it, then her feelings would definitely never be fulfilled.
やめてください。そんなの聞きたくない。
Poor Shannon.
そなたを苦しめたかったわけではないのだがな。まあいい。愛に苦しさを感じるも人間の醍醐味よ。その感情を存分に楽しむがよい。だが 我が力を借りたいと願ったならいつでもあの鏡を割るがよい。そして我が名を叫び呼び覚ますがよい。わらわは必ず約束を守るだろう。これならば文句はあるまい。そなたに今すぐの決断を迫るわけではない。気楽であろう。
Was this deal something she could feel at ease with? Definitely not. To Shannon, who was burning with love, tormented by passion, being tempted forever by a way of escape was far too cruel a trial.
この約束に期限は設けぬが、願いを叶える魔法には期限がある。
Damn. Damn.
その期限はわらわが決めるのではない。そなたの思い人
What does that mean?
意味がわかるか？
Kind of.
わかりません。
そなたの思い人が愛のちぎりを結ぶべき相手を決めた時が、そのわらわは魔女で鬼ではない。
Because he has to get married.
互いを愛し合う二人を引き裂く魔法は持ち合わせていないのでな。そなたの思い人は近いうちに
What is she
願いに
planning?
臨むそうだ
Like, what could she do? As
そなたは
Shannon.
世界で一番その男のことを思っているかもしれん。だが世界で一番ふさわしいとは限らんぞ。わらわは見合いの相手を知っている。その娘は世界で一番後宮ジョージにふさわしい。良い学校を出て良い成績を残し、落ち着きがあって思慮深い。お前より美しく、お前より聡明で、お前よりふさわしい。お前のような無知無能無教養の娘がどうしてふさわしかろうか。お前が一番
You see, she is telling herself that.
お前が一番ふさわしくない。お前と後宮ジョージが結ばれるなど想像するだけでも罪深い愚かしいことよ。愚かしい愚かしい身の程知れい。義務教育に行かせてもらった恩も忘れて
Jesus.
身の程を知りなさい。ジョージはお父様の血を引く孫の中では若干に当たるのよ。
Yeah, it's not Sahi and Ava. I was just thinking that, bro. I'm like, no wonder she's telling herself that. It's what everyone else fucking tells her.
ひょっとしたら未来の後宮家を背負うことになるかもしれないよ。その期待に応えるためにたくさんの勉強を重ねて素晴らしい大学に入り、素晴らしい成績を残しているわ。
Oh, her image of bad bitches is just from the evil, the evil bitches in her life.
そんなジョージと無能無資格無教養な使用人風情が釣り合うと本気で思い
She ate that.
やめろ、シャノンをいじめるな。
Wait a second. Okay. In the first game, Canon had his own showdown with the witch. So is this Shannon? Oh my god. But Genji also knows about the witch. So this must be some type of conversation between Canon, who knows about the murder plot. Because Genji also respects the witch rules. Okay. I'm gonna have to think about this one. Because we know Shannon's been talking to herself, right? So Canon is now in this conversation. So Canon must be talking to Shannon, who is talking to herself? Question mark. Or a version of Shannon who is feeling really murderous. I don't know. At that time, Shannon held her head, trying to protect her heart from the blade of Beatrice's words. Canon ran in front of her. Like, we know that the scene we're seeing here, because Beatrice is here, isn't like the full picture. We still need some like non-servant eyes on this. Canon didn't care who this woman was, as long as he knew she was an enemy tormenting Shannon, who he loved and respected as a sister. Nothing else mattered.
Canon-kun, 下がって。この方は。
It seemed that Canon also realized that the being standing before him was the witch of the portrait. And also that she was a terrifying being.
シャノンに褒美を取らせたかっただけだが、わらわの言葉が
Suspicious
いじめ
indeed.
てしまったようだな。それは謝ろう。だが、先ほどの約束はそなたへの褒美として残してゆく。わらわの力が必要ならば、いつでも呼び出すといい。
Which we know she does.
その方法はすでに教えた。では、これにて今宵は退散しよう。敵意の眼差しは心地よくあるが、美容にはちと悪いのでな。
I wonder if she's acting like possessed. Shannon. That is.
Kiro.
And like the murderous intent like possesses you.
お前が何者か知らないが、お前はシャノンを脅かしている。
And it's like if you're a servant, maybe you just have had that murderous intent. Which is why the servants go along with it. And treat it as like a fairy tale or something? I don't know.
二度と現れるな。
It seemed that Canon's words made the witch horribly displeased.
言葉を選ばぬか下船め。わらわは敬う者に寛大だが、敬わぬ者には残酷であるぞ。
Like, if I saw this scene, I would be like, what the hell is going on? While she still smiled, the witch's expression began to warp. And an oppressive feeling that couldn't be described with any of the five senses gradually filled the room. Even though they couldn't comprehend what it was, they immediately realized Beatrice has a crazy spiritual pressure. If you were swimming in the ocean and something large went by in the water beneath you, you would want to escape to the land even before you learned what it was. This was the same as that.
おやめください、ベアトリーチェ様。カノン君はまだ子供なんです。言葉遣いについては謝ります。
What is happening? Like, if I walked in on this, I would be like, oh hell no. I quit. Canon blocked the way to Shannon at the risk of his life. There was tense sweat on his forehead. In that moment, the witch certainly had Canon's fate in her clutches, bitch, she didn't even need to move a finger. She had Cannon's fate so readily in her grasp that she could crush it completely with a single twist of her own smile. Cannon also understood that, which is why he was sweating, and his knees felt weak. However, Beatrice abruptly realized that feeling of tension and laughed. Released. Whoops. Very well, I'll tone down my spiritual pressure.
そなたが求めるなら特別に許そう。カノンとやら彼女に免じて今宵は許して使わす。感謝するがよいぞ。
Is this her like getting a grip?
さて、今宵はこれで退散する。
Maybe Cannon is trying to like talk Shannon down because she's clearly having a rough day.
二人とも左手の手のひらをこちらへかざせ。
Beatrice grinned broadly and snapped her fingers, whereupon their left hands stretched out in front of them and their palms opened against their will. It was a strange sensation as though only their left hands had become someone else's. It felt like their left hands alone had become puppets, pulled by strings hanging down from the ceiling. Cannon resisted, but he couldn't take back the freedom of his left hand. Beatrice held her pipe aloft, and from inside the smoke, gold-colored sparkling dust hovered in the air. That glitter eventually became several gold butterflies. The beautiful butterflies pop-walked and dropped it across the reception hall, creating a fantastical and beautiful world, and two of them landed on Shannon and Cannon's hands. There was a sharp pain, as though they had been burned. Dang. When the two of them tried to examine their palms, there was no trace of that inability to move their bodies, which had been there until a second ago. Maybe they're both accomplices, because they're both, like, eating this shit up, you know? Like, they be lying. I don't care what nobody say. On the palm of her hand, a small burn mark had been made the size of a pea. Furthermore, it was shaped like a butterfly. Murder powers. Apparently, Cannon had the same bruise on his hand. He stared at the witch hatefully. Did she like burn herself? Oh my god, I think she burned herself. And Cannon. Oh my god, this crazy bitch is like, I gotta burn myself as proof of my commitment. Oh my god, that's kind of nuts. Like, that was a cute little magic scene, but... Oh my god, this bitch is crazy. I could just see her like putting her hand on the stove and being like, am I serious about this? Oh my god. She's like, I gotta feel something. I'm not furniture. Am I ready to become a human? A mark that'll heal in a few days. They said a mark like a pea, but it's kind of like a butterfly. No, she fucking... Oh my god. Oh my god, what in the imaginary friend? The teacher's body crumbled like smoke and blew away. It was golden smoke. No, a flight of golden butterflies. They scattered in all directions inside the reception hall, leaving a golden mist behind as they disappeared into thin air. After that, only the cold silence was left. The extreme silence was enough to make both of them think they might have been daydreaming until just a moment ago, which is why the witch had left it. She had left a mark to make it impossible for them to think that this was a daydream. As Shannon and Cannon thought back on the butterfly bruises on their hands and the pain they had felt when those had been left, they stood there for some time, stunned and motionless. And from that day on, Shannon was tormented, God, by days of suffering and conflicts. Dang! That was so, like, secret depressing. Like, in the most... It on that note.